We must be bold to say to those who use the name of our movement to enrich themselves by stealing from the poor and commit criminal acts not in our name. Even if a comrade can be your best friend, your best relative, not in our name. The apartheid regime tried to starve us of our own reflection. We responded with jazz clubs that became assemblies, with columns that became chronicles, with stages that became schools of citizenship.
You must have watched the video of ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula delivering a sharp message to those who use the name of our movement to enrich themselves by stealing from the poor and committing criminal acts, not in our name. Even if the comrade is your best friend, not in our name. Introduction. Hello and welcome. Today we unpack a bold and unflinching statement from Fikile Mbalula, one that cut through party loyalty and called out corruption from within. We'll examine what he said, why it matters, and how this fits into broader tensions inside the ANC and South African politics. Stick with me, you're going to see a side of intra-party accountability you rarely hear about. Before we dive in, if you enjoy sharp political commentary and want more analysis of South Africa's unfolding stories, hit like, smash subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Setting the stage. Let's frame the moment. Fikile Mbalula, ANC Secretary General, has long been a vocal and sometimes controversial figure. Now, at a gathering of party cadres, he stepped onto a delicate line, loyalty to movement versus loyalty to integrity. He spoke directly to those within, or claiming membership, who exploit the party's name for personal gain. Corruption, theft from the vulnerable, criminal acts, these he condemned not as abstract sins, but as betrayals. He spoke of the poor, of stealing from the powerless, and he refused to allow such acts in the party's name, even if the perpetrator is your closest comrade. That phrase, not in our name, carries weight. It nails the idea that no matter how strong your ties, the party cannot condone abuse disguised as loyalty. But to understand why this matters, we need to see it in context. Why this speech matters. Internal accountability. Historically, the ANC has struggled with internal enforcement. Members who stray into self-interest or graft often benefit from protection or silence. Mbalula's words challenge that pattern. He is not merely condemning corruption in general, he is demanding that the movement refuse shelter to wrongdoers, even if they are comrades or friends. Political optics and credibility. One problem the ANC faces is legitimacy in the eyes of South Africans. When party figures are exposed for illicit enrichment, public faith erodes. Mbalula positioning the party as intolerant of such behavior is a bid to reclaim moral ground. Factional politics. Every big party has factions. Accusations of corrupt behavior often become weapons in internal battles. By making a sweeping refusal, not in our name, Mbalula signals that even influential or connected members are not above scrutiny. That rattles the cages of those who believe their power insulates them. Protection of the poor. His choice of language, stealing from the poor, matters. It shifts this beyond political infighting. It frames corruption as a moral assault on vulnerable people. In a country with widespread inequality, that is a potent weapon. Twists, tensions, and drama. Let's twist the story a bit. Imagine a senior branch chairperson, beloved in her community, suspected of misappropriating funds meant for housing development. She is close to powerful leaders. The whispers circulate, but no one speaks up, because she is well connected. Now consider Mbalula's message landing at that branch meeting. The chairperson glances around. The comrade beside her is someone she's known for years. Yet the SG has declared, even your best friend, if corrupt, is not exempt. That moment, silence, pause, shifting eyes, becomes stifling. It forces the question, will someone raise their hand? Who will hold her to account? That is the kind of tension Mbalula's words provoke. It's not high drama for drama's sake, it's internal pressure, like steam building in a kettle. And you can feel it. Another twist, what if critics allege Mbalula is applying this selectively, turning his condemnation against rival factions while shielding allies? That is always the counter to moral postures in politics. Observers will watch who is called out and who is spared. If only certain groups are targeted, the speech becomes hollow. So the test is inconsistency. What's behind this stance? Why now? Let me suggest a few drivers. Erosion of trust, years of corruption scandals, state capture, municipal scandals, procurement rot, have battered public trust in the ANC. Leadership needs to show they're serious about cleaning house. Internal signals, Mbalula may be sending signals to factions that he expects loyalty not based on immunity but on accountability. Political survival, with rising opposition and voter discontent, the ANC cannot afford to look complicit in abuse. Personal positioning, Mbalula might also be staking out moral territory for himself, a voice of principle that stands above factional disputes. Possible outcomes and pitfalls. Let's look ahead, what may happen next. Investigations and expulsions. If the SG's words carry weight, we could see more internal investigations, suspensions, or even expulsions of accused members. Backlash, those targeted will fight back. Accusations of witch hunts or factional targeting may emerge. Selective enforcement, the biggest risk is uneven application. If enforcement is only against weaker or politically inconvenient members, the speech becomes mere window dressing. Strengthen morale for honest party members and activists. This stance could reinvigorate their belief in the movement's ideals. Public reaction, citizens and media will scrutinize, is this rhetoric or real change? Trust will only return if deeds match words. How to read beyond the words. When a leader says harsh things about corruption, always ask who gets held to account, and who does not. Will internal structures support investigations or are they symbolic? What safeguards will prevent abuse of the accountability system itself? How will this message be institutionalized in audits, independent bodies, oversight? If it's only words, it crumbles. If it's backed by procedure, then a real shift begins. Call to action. Here's what I want you to do now. If you agree that parties should not shield their own when they stray, give this video a thumbs up. If you want more commentary on South African politics, especially on internal party reforms, hit subscribe. Drop your opinion below. Do you think Mbalula's message is genuine? Who in the ANC should be questioned next under "Not in Our Name"? Let me know. Thank you for watching. Stay inquisitive, keep holding leaders to account, and see you next time.